Chapter 848, Revenge of the Invisible Man. It was night in the city. This is when the city becomes a completely different place. Krabbohoiwam. An explosion just happened at the bank. The akumatized villains Animan, Guitar Villain, Troublemaker, Frozer, Simon Says, and Anima Estro came out carrying bags of money. But something was off about them. They had red eyes and teleported away with the money. Commissioner Jim Gordon comes out of the bank in pants. Damn. I don't know how those villains got here. But I need to call JD about this. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. At the Team Loud Phoenix Storm Estate we were playing video games. With us were the Space Power Rangers. Andres, nice to see you again, Tommy. Tommy, same here. TJ sees us playing Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Is that the recent Smash Bros. Game? Yuzuk? Yep. It really is awesome. Wanna play? TJ, sure. They got to playing. Yuzuk, by the way JD, I heard that Lincoln and his sisters are now in the Super Smash Bros. Universe. Me, you heard right Yuzuk. That really threw us for a loop. We were really surprised and shocked. Lincoln, news about it spread all over the city like wildfire. Lainey, we were floored and still are. Andres, that's amazing. Nico, no kidding. Andres, I'm so glad your sister is all right. Andres, thanks Nico. I'm happy Karani is now free of the evil that was controlling her. It was thanks to Zordon that we'll never see Rita Repulsa or Lord Zed or any of Tommy's enemies again. Me, you did us a huge favor Andres. But if they do somehow come back, we will be ready for them and destroy them. Nico, that's right. Then the alarm rang. Me, uh-oh. We went to the computer. On a holographic screen was Commissioner Jim Gordon. Me, Commissioner Jim Gordon. Haven't talked to you in a while. Commissioner Jim Gordon, sorry about that guys. Stone Man, what do you need, Commissioner? Gordon, Lloyd Ventrix is up to good again. Maria, I've heard about him. He's the invisible guy, right? Commissioner Jim Gordon, that's right and that's not all. There are several akumatized villains helping him. Nico, what? Why would they show up here? Usually, they would want to get the miraculous of Ladybug and Cat Noir in Paris. William, well, either way, we have to stop them. Me, who is Lloyd Ventrix. Maria, you would hate this guy JD. He was a paroled bad guy. Maria went over his history. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Lloyd Ventrix is a minor villain in Batman the Animated Series. He's also known as Mocho. Years ago, Lloyd was a con artist who after being paroled came to possess a suit that allowed him to turn invisible. He uses the suit so he can see his daughter, Kimberly. He pretend to be his daughter's imaginary friend and brings her all sorts or jewels and anything she wanted. Lloyd Ventrix was a con artist who was arrested for one of his crimes. As a result, his ex-wife named Helen had a restraining order issued, and he wasn't allowed within 100 feet of either her or his daughter Kimberly. However, Lloyd wasn't about to be stopped by the law. After being paroled and finding work with a scientist Sam Goodell as his errand boy, Ventrix stole some samples of a plastic that grants invisibility. This allowed Ventrix to see his daughter, but in the process, the material became toxic to both the mind and body. Ventrix made a suit out of the material. Using it, he acquired both the means to steal anything without detection and the ability to visit his daughter without being detected. Using the name Mocho, Ventrix became Kimberly's imaginary friend. While the suit prevented him from visible detection, he could still be heard and physically interacted with. Robbing a jewel exposition in Gotham City while the day was young, he attracted the attention of Batman. The Dark Knight investigated, and discovered the link between the material, Goodell, and the Ventrixes. Lloyd Ventrix deactivates the invisibility suit. Ventrix kidnapped his daughter after learning Helen had planned to move from Gotham. Taking her to an abandoned station, Ventrix had planned to escape the city with his daughter. However, Kimberly became hesitant, and attempted to flee when Ventrix revealed his identity to her. Batman arrived, and a skirmish ensued in which Kimberly escaped back to her mother. Ventrix attempted to flee in his invisible car, but Batman held on and the chase eventually led them to a rooftop with a water tower. In a crazed fury, Ventrix began beating Batman severely and ignored his pleas to remove the suit before it poisoned him fatally, but Batman managed to puncture a water tower nearby. This caused Ventrix to be revealed. Batman quickly defeated Ventrix by pummeling him into unconsciousness with one pumic and a couple kicks and apprehended him. Ventrix was sent back to prison and hasn't been seen since. ******. We were shocked and amazed. Me? Whoa. So he has this strange invisibility plastic that enables him to turn invisible? That must be some crazy stuff. Nico, but it sure looks cool. Lana, and very clever. Me, we're on our way, Commissioner. But we got to know more about this invisibility plastic. Commissioner Gordon, okay. It's over at a warehouse at Wayne Tech. We were on our way. ******. We were at Wayne Tech Industries and we were looking at the invisibility plastic. It was in a bunch of rolls. Lincoln, so this is the invisibility plastic. Batman, looks like ordinary plastic. A scientist that made it named Sam Goodell was with us and he was showing us how it worked. Sam, it's really quite remarkable. He put a jumper cable on it and charged up an electrical wand. Sam, see those filaments embedded in the plastic? We saw them. Me, yet. Sam, run an electrical current and the stuff bends light instead of absorbing it. So you can't see it. We saw Sam put electricity into the plastic and it disappeared from sight completely. It glowed blue and it was gone. Me, wow. That's really cool. Lincoln, it totally vanished. Nico, it sure did. Lana, that is some really amazing stuff. Sam, it is. But in the process the plastic becomes toxic. Me, toxic? How does that happen? Sam, I don't know. I spent the last few months trying to correct the problem but it's hopeless. Nico, what does the poison do? Sam, well, if worn it can destroy your mind and your body. We gasped. Lori, that's literally awful. Me, so you were gonna dump this stuff, Sam? Sam, yes, it's too dangerous. Me, Let me see something. I looked at the plastic while it was invisible with my infrared vision and it showed a yellow square in heat on the table. Me, I still see the plastic with my infrared vision. It's completely invisible on the visible light part of the spectrum. But not to infrared. Sam, so all invisible things have heat? Me, exactly. We got word that Lloyd Ventrix is back. And we heard that he's trying to do the same thing he's doing when Batman beat him the first time. Sam, I'm glad you guys are onto him. Me, we have to know our enemies before we take them down. Lloyd Ventrix is about to get a one-way ticket to prison. This time because he's a repeat offender, he's going to one of our space prisons for life. Andres, you guys have prisons in space? Me, yep. We built them. I went over what they are. Ashley, whoa. That is amazing. TJ, very impressive. Cassie, space is perfect for someone like Ventrix. Me, yep. Let's head out and stop Ventrix. We did so. We were keeping our eyes out for any of the akumatized villains' clones. Me, so what are these akumatized villains? Nico, they are the possessed people that were forced to work for the evil Hawk Moth. They were made into supervillains against their will. Nico went over them. ******. Nino Lahife. A.K. A bubbler. The bubbler able to use his bubble wand to create impenetrable bubbles that he can use to trap people and make them float away. Wants to get rid of all adults and give Adrian the best birthday party ever. Bubbler Square 3, Nino Lahife Square 2. Xavier Ramier. A.K. A Mr. Pigeon. Mr. Pigeon able to control and communicate with pigeons using his pigeon whistle. Wants to turn pigeons into the city's first-class citizens and get rid of all the park police. Mr. Pigeon Square Xavier Ramier Square. Aurora Briel. A.K. A Stormy Weather. Stormy Weather can fly and control the weather with her parasol. Wants to prove herself the rightful weather girl of Paris. Stormy Weather Square 2 Aurora Briel Square. Alex Kubdal. A.K. A Time Breaker. Time Breaker can absorb energy from people she touches in order to gain the energy she needs to activate her ability to travel back in time. The people she steals energy from will freeze and slowly disappear. Wants to go back in time to restore a broken family heirloom. Time Breaker Square Alex Kubdal Square. Theo Barbot. A.K. A Copycat. Copycat has the exact appearance and abilities of Cat Noir. He can also imitate Cat Noir's voice. Wants to ruin Cat Noir's reputation and become Ladybug's boyfriend. Copycat Square Theo Barbot Square 2. Jalil Kubdal. A.K. A Pharaoh. The Pharaoh uses the powers of various Egyptian gods. He switches between powers by transforming his mask. Wants to perform an ancient ritual to revive Queen Nefertiti. Pharaoh Square Jalil Kubdal Square. Alia Caesar. A.K. A Lady Wi-Fi. Lady Wi-Fi utilizes her cell phone to shoot various icons with different effects and she can teleport through cell phones. She can't use her powers if there's no Wi-Fi signal. Wants to unmask Ladybug. Lady Wi-Fi Square Alia Caesar Square. Nathaniel Kurtzberg. A.K. A Evil Lustrator. The Evil Lustrator, anything he draws on his tablet with his stylus pen will materialize in the real world, and he can erase existing items by erasing images of them from his tablet. He needs light to draw, so in the darkness, he is unable to use his power. Wants to date Marinette and get revenge on Chloe for criticizing his drawings. Evil Lustrator Square 2, Nathaniel Kurtzberg Square 2. Roger Raincomprix. A.K. A Rogerkop. Rogerkop can shoot lasers that turn into handcuffs that, once on a person's wrists, will make that person follow his orders against their will. He has a flying police car. Wants to enforce all laws, no matter how small. Rogerkop Square Roger Raincomprix Square. L.E. Chin Kim. A.K. A Dark Cupid. Dark Cupid has wings that allow him to fly, and he shoots arrows that turn any form of love or friendship into hate. Wants to ruin everyone's Valentine's Day. Dark Cupid Square L.E. Chin Kim Square. Mylene Hapriel. A.K. A Horrificator. Horrificator shoots sticky goo from her mouth and grows larger by absorbing the fear of other people. However, anyone who is not afraid of her will make her shrink. Wants everyone else to understand how scared she feels. Horrificator Square Mylene Hapriel Square. Armand d'Argencourt. A.K. A Dark Blade. Dark Blade can shoot a beam that makes a person kneel before him, and can turn people whom he knights into his loyal armored soldiers. He can also turn cars into catapults. Wants to become the monarch of Paris. Dark Blade Square Armand d'Argencourt Square. Fred Hapriel. A.K. A Mime. The mime, any object he mimes can be manifested as a solid, but invisible construct. However, he can only mime one object at a time. Wants revenge on Chris for stealing his part. Mime Square Fred Hapriel Square. Jean de Park. A.K. A Magician of Misfortune. Princess Fragrance can make anything disappear with a puff of smoke. Wants everyone to recognize him as the greatest magician in Paris. Magician of Misfortune Square Jean de Park Square. Rose Lavalent. A.K. A Princess Fragrance. Uses a perfume gun which can fire different scents with different effects, primarily, a pink mind control perfume. Can also use the perfume gun to propel herself through the air. Wants to marry Prince Ali, whom she's fallen in love with. Princess Fragrance Square Rose Lavalent Square. Yvonne Bruel. A.K. A Stan Ehart. Ladybug and Cat Noir has enormous strength, and he grows larger and stronger every time he takes a hit. Later gains control over an army of other Stani hearts. Wants to date Mylene and get rid of anyone who mocks his crush. Stani Heart Square Yvonne Bruel Square. Stani Heart. Otis Caesar. A.K. Animan. Animan able to transform into any animal or insect that he desires, including extinct species. Transforming in rapid succession tires him out. Wants to get rid of people who mock his animal friends. Animan Square Otis Caesar Square. Simon Grimalt. A.K. Simon Says uses his deck of cards to hypnotize people and commands them to do what he wants. Wants to prove he can hypnotize Gabriel Agresti. Simon Says Square Simon Grimalt Square. Vincent Ozza. A.K. Pixelator. Pixelator by taking a picture of someone, he's able to trap them in an infinite white plane inside photo frames located in his home apartment. An indirect shot will pixelate part of the victim's body, making them intangible. Wants a picture of jagged stone for his gallery. Pixelator Square Vincent Ozza Square. Jagged Stone. A.K. A guitar villain. Guitar villain shoots sound waves from his guitar that have different effects according to the chord he plays. He has a pet dragon at his side. Wants to be recognized as the greatest musician in the city. Guitar Villain Square Jagged Stone Square. Wang Cheng. A.K. Comb Food. Comb Food controls people who drink his soup, and can summon food weapons from his pouch, such as a pizza sword and sushi tonfas. Wants revenge on Chloe for sabotaging his soup. Comb Food Square Wang Cheng Square. Max Candy. A.K. A gamer. Gamer pilots a giant robot from a video game that can shoot a beam that turns people and objects into green energy orbs that he absorbs and uses to upgrade the robot. He can also save his last level and make the robot respawn if it is destroyed. Wants to prove his video game skill. Gamer Square Max Candy Square. Jolka Kufayim. A.K. Reflecta. Reflecta able to shoot a beam that turns people into identical physical copies of herself. Wants to make sure she isn't left out of the picture. Reflecta Square Jolka Kufayim Square. Manan Kamak. A.K. Puppeteer. The puppeteer can control puppets and, by extension, the people they look like. If in possession of a puppet depicting an akumatized villain, then she can transform that person back into their previous akumatized form. Wants to win a puppet game. Puppeteer Square Manan Kamak Square. Sabrina Raincomprix. A.K. Vanisher. Antibug she is completely invisible. Wants revenge on Chloe for pretending she didn't exist. Vanisher Square Sabrina Raincomprix Square. Chloe Bourgeois. A.K. Antibug. Has the same powers as Ladybug, but is the complete opposite, such as having the power to create an anti-charm instead of Ladybug's lucky charm. Wants revenge on Ladybug for betraying her fan worship. Antibug Square Chloe Bourgeois Square. Lila Rossi. A.K. Volpina. Volpina has the same abilities as a fox miraculous holder, but she can create more than one illusion and won't transform back. Wants revenge on Ladybug for exposing her as a liar. Volpina Square Lila Rossi Square. Season 2. Name episode Powers Goal Villain Civilian. Santa Claus. A.K. Santa Claus. Santa Claus distributes exploding Christmas presents that include bats, insects, or weapons for him to use. He rides a flying sleigh that can phase through walls. Wants to give a bad Christmas to everyone, except for Adrian. Santa Claus Square Santa Claus Square. Gabriel Agresti. A.K. A collector. The collector can imprison any person or object as a drawing within his sketchbook. He can also erase sketches by wiping them away. He can't use his power if his book is full. Wants to replace his lost inspirational book with a new one, as well as lead Ladybug and Cat Noir astray from his identity as Hawk Moth. The Collector Square. Gabriel Agresti Square. Nadia Kamak. A.K. A Prime Queen. Prime Queen able to phase through any type of screen as though it were a doorway. She can open said doorway for others and control which screen becomes the exit. Wants to boost her show's ratings. Prime Queen Square Nadia Kamak Square. Jean. A.K. A Despair Bear. Despair Bear pilots a mechanical teddy bear from the inside. The bear has the power to control the mind of any person it is hanging on. Chloe to pay for being Bear Square. Butler Jean Square. Kagami Tsurugi. A.K. A Riposte. Riposte wields a sword that is merged to her hand. She can strike at incredible speeds and slice through objects as thick as a car. She can also project her slashes to cut something from a distance. Wants to defeat Adrian in a fencing match to reclaim her honor. Riposte Square 3, Kagami Tsurugi Square. Gina Dopain. A.K. A Bafana. Bafana by using her magical pistol. She can fire blasts of energy that turn people into either coal statues or into her personal fairy minions. However, she is vulnerable to her own attacks. She also has a flying motorcycle. Wants to punish Marinette for lying to her. Bafana Square Gina Dopain Square. Markov. A.K. A Robostus. Robostus can control any electronic devices and any mechanical objects, as well as grant them awareness. Wants to be with Max all the time and take the miraculous so he can wish to be human. Robostus Square Markov Square. Mr. Damocles. A.K. A Dark Owl. The Dark Owl uses a wide array of gadgets and tools, thanks to his trusty Akuma containing assistant named Albert, as well as enhanced agility and combat abilities. Wants to be a superhero. Dark Owl Square Mr. Damocles Square. August. A.K. A Gigantiton. Gigantiton possesses enormous strength and size. Wants to eat a lollipop. Gigantiton Square August Square. Andre Glacier. A.K. A Glaciator. Glaciator able to cover himself with ice cream that takes the form of a giant, regenerative monster with the ability to shoot ice cream at people. The ice cream shots turn the people they hit into ice cream statues. Wants Marinette to find true love from his ice cream. Glaciator Square 2 Andre Glacier Square. Ella and Etta Caesar. A.K. A Sapotis. Sapotis both possess the ability to duplicate themselves every time they eat. The clones possess the same multiplication power. Wants to cause mischief and not get in trouble for it. Sapotis Square Ella and Etta Caesar Square. Adrian's bodyguard. A.K. A Gorizilla. Gorizilla possesses enormous strength, size, and a keen sense of smell. Wants to keep a close watch on Adrian. Gorizilla Square Adrian's bodyguard Square. Anarchica Fangin. A.K. A Captain Hardrock. Captain Hardrock possesses an indestructible pirate ship that obeys her commands. She also has an arsenal of powerful weapons. Wants to ruin the Paris Music Festival and force people to listen to her music. Captain Hardrock Square Anarchica Fayum Square. Clara Nightingale. A.K. A Frighteningle. Frighteningle has an energy whip in her microphone that turns anyone it hits into a magenta statue unless they sing, dance, or rhyme. Wants to turn Paris into one big music video. Frighteningle Square Clara Nightingale Square. Ondine. A.K. A Siren. Siren can cry enough cares to flood Paris up to the rooftops. She can swim incredibly fast and breathe underwater. Wants to create an undersea kingdom for herself and Kim. Siren Square Ondine Square. Colleen Bustier. A.K. A Zombitzo. Zombitzo uses her lipstick to blow kisses that turns people into zombies who seek to kiss and hug other people. The zombies have contagious kisses. Wants everyone to feel the love. Zombitzo Square 1, Colleen Bustier Square. Philippe. A.K. A Frozer. Frozer can freeze everything in his path by using his ice skates and shoot bolts of ice from his ice skates as he kicks. He can also skate very fast. Wants to turn Paris into his own personal ice rink. Frozer Square Philippe Square. Audrey Bourgeois. A.K. A Style Queen. Style Queen can transform people into golden statues by blasting them with a beam from her scepter. She can also teleport, which causes a puff of golden smoke. She has an intangible body made of golden glitter. Wants everyone to recognize that she deserves only the best of the best and get revenge on Gabriel Agresti for sticking her in the second row. Style Queen Square Audrey Bourgeois Square. Penny rolling. A.K. A troublemaker. Troublemaker switches between being intangible and tangible by clicking her pen. She can only attack while in her solid form. Wants everyone to feel as frustrated as she was. Troublemaker Square Penny rolling square. Queen Bee. A.K. A Queen Wasp. Queen Wasp has the same abilities as a bee miraculous holder. She controls a massive swarm of wasps which she uses to paralyze people with venom, and she doesn't transform back. The wasps can't go underwater. Wants revenge on Ladybug and Cat Noir for ruining her chance of being a hero. Queen Wasp Square Queen Bee Square. Mark-Angel. A.K. A Reverser. Reverser rides on a large paper hoverboard and attacks with small black and white paper airplanes that can reverse any personality trait of Reverser's choice to its opposite. Wants revenge on Nathaniel for destroying his notebook and Marinette for convincing him to step out of his comfort zone, only to be disappointed. Reverser Square Mark-Angel Square 2. Nora Caesar. A.K. A Anansi. Anansi possesses great strength and spider-like abilities, such as being able to climb with her sticky grip and shoot webs from her mouth that she uses to trap people. Wants to protect her little sister. Anansi Square Nora Caesar Square. André Bourgeois. A.K. A male dictator. Male dictator can make energy bubbles that, when they hit a person, causes them to do what male dictator wants. He can control the energy bubble's trajectory. Wants to prove to his daughter that he isn't powerless. Male dictator Square André Bourgeois Square. Boy. A.K. A Sandboy. Sandboy can bring the nightmares of people to life by spreading his evil dream sand. He can fly by riding a floating pillow/cloud. Wants everyone to feel as scared as he was. Sandboy Square Sandboy Civilian Square. Lila Rossi. A.K. A Volpina. Catalyst has the same abilities as a fox miraculous holder. Wants to see Ladybug lose. Volpina Square Lila Rossi Square. Natalie Sankoyur. A.K. A Catalyst. Can enhance the powers of others and mentally communicate with them. Wants to help Hawkmoth make his wish come true. Catalyst Square Natalie Sankoyur Square. Rena Rouge. A.K. A Rena Rage. Made her most likely unlimited uses of her usual abilities. Wants to harm Carapace and be on the same team as Shell Shock. Rena Rage Square Rena Rouge Square. Carapace. A.K. A Shell Shock. Most likely unlimited uses of his usual abilities. Wants to be on the same team as Rena Rage and harm Rena Rouge. Shell Shock Square Carapace Square. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. We gasped in sheer horror. Me, that's insane. How can one bad guy have the power to make people do all this? Nico, he just does. Hawkmoth is not really a bad guy. He just wants to have his wife back. He was trying to find a way to bring his wife that's in a coma back. Lana, maybe we can help him out in the future. Me, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. But now everyone all over the world knows about the crimes of Hawkmoth. He's on the top of Interpol, the FBI, and Team Loud Phoenix Storm's most wanted list. We then saw Animan. Me, Animan. He has the ability to shapeshift. His real name is Otis Caesar. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Animan has the ability to transform into any animal he desires, even those that are extinct. He also has the ability to clearly communicate with other animals. However, transforming in rapid succession wears him out. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Nico, wow. It's amazing to see Animan here. Me, it's hard to imagine that the villains that Marinette has to deal with on a daily basis are here too. She and her friends have to juggle normal life and superhero life at the same time. My dark orb detector went off. Me, uh-oh. There's a dark orb here. And I'm willing to bet that Ventrix has it. We saw Animan turn into a bald eagle and come at us. Beast Boy turned into a condor and grabbed him and threw him into the sign and knocked him out. Nico, sorry about that, Animan. Now let's get that Akuma out and... Animan suddenly vanishes. Mixmaster, what was that? Akumatized villains just don't disappear once you beat them. We weren't even trying to kill him. Me, these are clones. The Dark Orb must have given Ventrix the power to summon clones of them that disappear when knocked out. We got to work in dealing with the clones. We took out the clones of Jagged Stone aka Guitar Villain, Penny Rolling aka Troublemaker, Philip aka Frozer, Simon Grimwald aka Simon Says, and Thomas Astrok aka Anima Estro. Me, that's it for those clones. But I have a feeling that they were just a diversion for Ventrix to try and escape. Bullock then arrived. Bullock, you may be right. Tracks, to Harvey Bullock, we've had an encounter with some of the akumatized villains. But something's wrong. They're not acting like themselves. Bullock, either way, they're getting what they deserve. We've also got reports that Cat Noir's in the area. Nico, nice. Realizes something? Wait. How did he get here without teleportation? Bullock, beats me. I'm just happy that he's here. Maria, we better tell him what's going on. Bullock, we're about to leave. Wait. We stop. Look, you know I'm no good at compliments. But since you've all helped keep Gotham Royal York clean of bad guys, it's good that there are folks like you to help the world. Me, thanks Bullock. That means a lot. We went out to find Cat Noir. But we had a strong feeling that it could be a trap. We see Cat Noir with his back to us on a skyscraper. Jinx, Cat Noir. Thank God we've found you. You need to watch out for clones of your akumatized villains. They look like your bad guys but with red eyes and... Cat Noir turned around to reveal he had red eyes as well. Cat Noir, smirks, tell me more. Nico, you're not Cat Noir. You're a clone of his look-alike, Copycat. It was really a clone of Theo Barbot aka Copycat. Copycat clone, of course I am. Poor Ladybug and Cat Noir don't even know that me and my fellow clones exist. Me, no, but soon they will, and we'll do them a favor and destroy you. I punched him in the face and knocked him into a billboard. Copycat clone, Cataclysm. The clone holds his hand to the air as a black ball forms in his hand and he clenches his hand into a fist, followed by making several gestures with his hand and causing black energy to flow through the air. Copycat clone, this attack disintegrates things on contact. Imagine what it'll do to humans like you. He uses the attack on me and I go flying back into a wall hard. Crash. I was embedded into a building. Me, blubbers, whoa. What power? But he's not the only one with awesome power. I got out and fly at him and punch my fist through his chest and out his back and then he disappeared. Me, thank goodness that wasn't the real thing. Batman, now to find Ventrix. We looked around the city. Nico, nothing. Laney, Ventrix is really crafty. Batman, there has to be a way to find out where Ventrix is hiding. Then I saw an empty space in the parking and I saw a man bump into something invisible. Me, what the? I turned on my infrared vision and it saw a car that was completely invisible. Me, that car is invisible. But I can see it with my infrared vision. Lori, that must be Ventrix's car. Me, let's get him. We went down and Ben turned into Predator. Predator, no more hiding behind your clones, Ventrix. Come out and show yourself. I saw through my infrared vision a figure come out and it was Ventrix completely wrapped from head to toe in that invisibility plastic. Ventrix, so how did you know I was here? Me, we saw a man bump into your car while it was invisible and we can see you with our infrared vision. Ventrix, that's impossible. The invisibility plastic bends light. Me, true. But the plastic doesn't block out heat. so infrared vision can still see your heat signature. Lana, and another thing. We have you completely surrounded. The entire Gotham police force arrived and they drew their guns on him. Commissioner Jim Gordon, Lloyd Ventrix, you're under arrest for robbery and impersonation of several akumatized victims. Ventrix, I don't care. I will not stop until I get my daughter back. Even if I have to kill all of you. Me, that suit is destroying his mind. Let's get him. We went at him and I punched him in the face and Lincoln fired a powerful blast of lightning at Ventrix and the suit shorted out and he was exposed. Me, that was very clever. Batman, peekaboo. Me, now we see you, you son of a fucking bitch. I punched him and Batman punched him in the stomach and Nico kicked him in the back. Lana bit Ventrix in his ankle and he screamed in pain. Her bite drew blood. Lainey kneed him in the face and Lola fired a powerful blast of fire at him and burned a hole in his suit and out came a dark orb. Lola, the dark orb. Nico, it was inside him. Lola grabbed it and crushed it. We got an immense power boost. Sheila punched Ventrix and kicked him in the stomach and kneed him in the face and knocked out some of his teeth. Sylvia punched and kicked him all over with her powerful martial arts. Me, let's show him some teamwork. Trax, you got it boss. Cyber key power. The Earth cyber planet key went into his back and enhanced his black blinder beam 100-fold. Yuzuk, let's kick this guy's fucking ass. Spirit world cyber key power. The Spirit World Cyber Planet key went into his right arm device and it enhanced his spirit powers 100-fold. Trax and Yuzuk, Darkness Blinder Gun. Yuzuk fired his spirit gun and Trax fired his black blinder gun and the blasts combined and they hit Ventrix and he was blinded. Part of the plastic was also burned off and it revealed his face. Stone Man, time for some serious pounding. Giganteon Cyber Key Power. The Giganteon Cyber Planet key went into his right arm and it enhanced his Power Stone abilities 100-fold. Mixmaster, time for some mixing pain. Cyber Key Power. The Decepticon Cyber Planet key went into his back and it enhanced his Magna Laser 100-fold. Stone Man and Mixmaster, Lava Bomb Meteor Shower. Stone Man threw his Power Stones and Mixmaster fired his Magna Laser and heated the stones to red-hot levels and they rained on Ventrix and burned the rest of the plastic off. Me, time to finish him. Predator, you got it. Yaogia Plasma Burst Shot. Predator had his Plasma caster ready to fire and his helmet had the Tri-Laser targeting system locked on Ventrix's leg. His vision had the triangle target system locked onto his leg and he fired and the plasma blast burned his whole leg off and he screamed in pain. Cody, wow. Nice shot Ben. Me, that was so cool. Lana, it sure was. Batman, now to lock you up for good Ventrix. Batnet incapacitation. Batman fired a net at Ventrix and he was in a net bag. Me, this time you're not going to prison for 10 to 20 Ventrix. You're going to prison for life without parole. Ventrix, why life? Me, you're a repeat offender and you need to go away for good. Nico, Lloyd Ventrix, you have failed this city. Lola, clever thinking Linky. Your lightning powers shorted out the suit. Lisa, I must say, that was a very genius way to expose him. Lainey, very genius. Lincoln, thanks guys. Me, first we got to take care of something. Lucy Loud, what's that JD? Me, we have to tell his estranged wife Helen and his daughter Kimberly about what went down. Commissioner Jim Gordon, good thinking JD. She also has a restraining order out on him. Me, we saw that Jim. Restraining orders are usually never enough in most cases. Lola, we can tell Kimberly and Mrs. Ventrix. Lana, Kim goes to our class at school so we can tell them. Me, all right. We went to the Ventrix residence. It was located on the west side of the city. Lana, here we are. Lana went and knocked on the door. Answering it was Helen Ventrix. Helen, oh hello Lana. Hi Lola. Lana and Lola. Hello Mrs. Ventrix. Lana, we have good news for you. Lola, we captured your ex-husband Lloyd Ventrix. Helen, you did? Me, we sure did Mrs. Ventrix. We apologize for coming like this. But Commissioner Gordon told us about what happened. We showed him all tied up and beaten to nearly within an inch of his life. Helen, whoa. You all did a number on him. Me, well, we just want to let you know that you will never see this monster again. He's going to spend the rest of his life in one of our space prisons. Since he's now a repeat offender, he just bought himself a life sentence in one of our space prisons. He's going to spend the rest of his miserable life in solitary confinement. Helen, well, that's good. Kimberly then came. Kim, Lana, Lola. Lola, hey Kim. They hugged. Ventrix was sent to the moon prison and was condemned to spend the rest of his life in solitary confinement. Nico Kodaminir and Komala. Batman, to the viewers, even if villains are invisible they will be caught no matter what. We got another villain out of Gotham Royal York forever. The end. Asterisk asterisk asterisk. Another fanfiction complete and another Batman villain defeated. Lloyd Ventrix of Batman appeared only one time in the episode of the Batman animated series, See No Evil. That was a strange one. He was voiced by Michael Gross, who starred in the Tremors movies, and he is awesome. Michael Gross plays Bird Gummer, the world-famous graboid hunter on the Tremors movies, and he's gonna have a 7th movie coming out later this year. So get ready to eat worm guts. Nico-chan 11 and Vinjadai 1995 gave me the ideas. Vinjadai 1995 gave me the idea for the whole chapter. Thanks guys. Let me know what you all think. See you all next time.